Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DKL, and welcome back to Doki Summertime. Oh man, I've been playing this one for like a week now. But hey, it's a fun mod. I like it. Last time, you can't see the screen. My apologies. You still can't see things. Give me a second. I am going to fix everything. I'm sorry, I'm a dumb. I'm a dumb boy. Don't let others define your dreams, is what the game says. Okay. Why can't you... Hey, there we go. Alright, let's get back into the game. After we all placed our orders, we sit down at our table. However, Monica doesn't have any ice cream. On a diet, Monica? To the contrary, I'm having a cheat day. I'm not supposed to cheat, I know, but I think just a bit of guilty pleasure wouldn't hurt any of us this time. Everyone starts munching down on their own bowls of ice cream. Yuri and Natsuki carve small bits off, but at a noticeably different pace. Sayori is at it like she... What's wrong, Sayori? She forgot it's not a good idea to rush it. Meanwhile, I'm just doing it super booper style. You know it is. Me. Even the ice cream tastes worse with a joke like that. Your order, miss. Thank you.
That's huge!
That's what she... Everyone is intrigued by the icing masterpiece, and Monica gives a detailed list of its contents. It's covered in almonds, chocolate syrup, caramel, 5 different flavors of ice cream, 2 of which are coffee-based, whipped cream, and of course, the cherry on top. As she finishes saying that, she takes the cherry with one elegant motion and pops it into her mouth. Certain thoughts pop into my mind at the same time. Natsuki and Sayori are already finished with their bowls when Monica isn't even the third of the way through it. Natsuki, do you like any of these flavors? Yeah? Why? Sharing is caring! Huh? Come on, grab a spoon and we can share it. I don't know if she's only saying that because she realized she ordered too much or she just wanted to surprise Natsuki. Yuri and Sayori are chatting, while Monica and Natsuki dig into the big bowl of multicolored sweetness. Okay, everyone, I'm full. Ha 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 ha. That's not really what I wanted to say, but it just came out. So, would anyone like to play the acronym game again? Sure.
Yes, it was so much fun on Monday.
How about you, Yuri? Maybe another time. I'm not that stoked about making guesses this time, but I'll help you out by announcing the acronym and keeping track of the score. Super Booper. Let's get started. Okay, let's... Oh, nope. Mouse, where? My mouse is lost. My mouse has gone missing. Oh, okay, let's see. Okay. I got my mouse back. Tisk, you're lazy. Nope. Come on. Oh, come on. Give me a second, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go back and go through this and pick Natsuki's stuff. I'm back, I did it. The game concludes and Monica announces the winner. However, as I've been told many times, it's not about winning. It's about enjoying the game. Natsuki's face tells me she had fun too. Yes! Her usual tense look is replaced by a much happier expression. Just like on Monday, she chuckled a few times when I announced my guesses. It's really encouraging to see I can bring a smile even to her face. That was a ton of fun. Sayori seems like she was kind of bored when we finished. Did she get upset because she didn't win the game? It's not like this game determines anything important. Can I ask you something, Monica? Of course you can. How did you come up with this game? I expected that question to come up. You see, we needed a game in which your choices can be rewarded with a point in every round. This way, the player is bound to get at least some points. With these points, the player can have multiple outcomes, and none of them are losing. I'm pretty sure everybody except the winner will lose. That's true, to an extent. Speaking of the acronym game, did you know PAWs actually stands for Parents Are Watching? Yeah, I already knew that one. The four girls are into a conversation about literature. I can't really complain about feeling excluded since Monica originally came up with this game for that purpose. Random thoughts started to cloud my mind as I spaced out for however long. I've already lost track of time when I suddenly hear the girls laughing about something. I decided to listen in with the hopes of actually being able to contribute a few meaningful comments. It's kind of like the story behind the story you're reading. You mean like the stuff people do behind the scenes? No, Super Booper. We were talking about how a well-crafted story tells you more than what can be seen on the surface. I'm way out of my depth here. Silence is golden is another saying that comes to my mind. Would you like to explain it, Yuri? Yuri? Oh, sorry. I was weighing my options on what I could read tomorrow. Would you mind repeating your question? It's okay. Would you like to explain what we mean by the story behind the story? With pleasure. It's a set of intercharacter dynamics, rules of the world, e.g. magic, implied or stated messages of the author and possible events. What people call backstory is not the same, but rather a part of it. Creating such a story behind the story, in other words a meta-story, can be an encumbering task, but it gives the guidelines for the author. By establishing the rules of the world, the reader can be led to have a set of expectations, which can be ultimately shattered as the world in question is revealed to be a far cry from what it appeared to be. Everybody is silent as we listen to Yuri. Not just us, though. Literally no one else is talking in the shop. Sorry, I got a bit carried away there. Wonder when you're gonna drop this habit. Of rambling on? Of saying sorry all the time. Anyway, I have a sort of announcement to make. Really, it's more of an invitation. There's this nice pool place that I visited with Sayori, and I wanted to invite you all there. I'm available on Sunday. How does that sound?
Pool party! Woohoo!
Well, you know, if I can make it, I'll be there. I suppose it would be practical for getting the necessary dosage of vitamin D. Super Booper. Sorry for always asking you last. I can only promise two things. I'll be there, and I won't drown. Good enough for me. Now, what do you say? Shall we take this meeting somewhere else?
About that.
Did you have something else in mind, Sayori?
Yeah, I want to go shopping for clothes.
If discussing literature is out of my comfort zone, then clothes shopping isn't even visible from within that zone. We could go with you, right, girls? Shopping, Monica? Really? Monica looks over to me, but I doubt it's because she needs my advice. She turns back to Sayori for a few seconds of what I assume to be thinking. Would it be okay if you went without us?
Well, I was hoping Super Booper would come with me.
Sayori, there's no way I'm going to watch you browse clothes for hours.
That's mean, Super Booper.
I'm really not in the mood for it. Cheer up, Sayori. Maybe on another week. Weird, I was just about to say that. Until then, just focus on those happy thoughts.
Fine. I guess I'll just leave then.
The other girls barely have a chance to say goodbye to Sayori before she walks away. As she turned away, I think I saw her smile turn into a frown for a split second. So, how about everybody else? There's this lovely cafe I thought of going to. We could say that's my spot. They not only serve amazing coffee, but they also have handcrafted pastries.
That sounds awesome!
How about you, Super Booper? How could I ever say no to such a sweet smile? Let me show you. Huh? I stand up and walk over to the entrance. I'm holding it open and gesturing to the girls with a smile on my face. Wow, they actually liked it. Wow. We went with public transport, and I asked Natsuki if I could sit next to her.
Huh? Why can't you find a different spot, dummy?
Whatever, just sit down and shut up. That's nice. Thank you. We continued our journey in silence as I didn't dare speak up again. She was looking out the window with her arms folded loosely. I'm sure she wouldn't like to hear it, but she looked so cute with her pouty lips. Natsuki?
Yeah?
Someone's tapping my shoulder. We have reached our destination. It's just a stone's throw away now. Cool. Cafe Keck. I hold the door open for the girls to enter the cafe. Natsuki's first, then Yuri with Monica following them. As she enters the doorway, Monica looks me in the eye. What a gentleman. Hey! Natsuki stops in her tracks and starts looking around.
Wow, Monica, this place is awesome! How did you find it?
I was just walking around and I wanted a cup of coffee. This was the first cafe I saw and I instantly fell in love with it.
No kidding, it's really fancy. If their goods are just as good, it's a perfect fit for you.
You'll see. Come on, let's order something. I'm sure you'll love their selection.
I can't wait.
The decorations and furniture are really top-notch, but that gives me the impression that the shop is... We approach the display with the handcrafted cakes and other pastries, which above there's a big board with all the prices. Gulp. My impression is confirmed. If my wallet was alive, it would scream in horror at the numbers in front of us. How does Monica afford... The cogs start turning in my head as I process the possibilities of Monica regularly visiting such an establishment. Does she have a rich family? Does she work outside of school? Does she have that many guys taking her on dates?
Those cupcakes are so cute.
Natsuki's eyes are fixated on a pair of cupcakes that have animal faces drawn on them with icing. Curious little cupcakes, aren't they?
Shut it.
While the two girls are examining all the delicacies in the display, Monica's ordering the 3 drinks. With honey, please. What are you getting for yourself, Monica? A black Americano with sugar. That's how I like it. Sweet and dark. I feel like there's a reference somewhere in there. I decided to let it go because I've demoralized myself enough just by thinking about the price I have to pay. What should I get? What can I get? I remember one of them, the espresso, which is a shot of coffee. Not planning to take any shots today, though. Paying together? I can feel Monica staring at me before looking over to confirm it. I don't know. We might have a gentleman among us. It's just a few cups of coffee, Super Booper. So... Okay, Monica. You'll be my guest. Another time. She lets out an amused chuckle and lightly shoves my shoulder. You're so cheeky. But I will hold you to your word. Oh, great. I'm about to pay when the cashier reassures me that I can go join the girls at the table. I assume I'll pay when we're done. We go and look for the other 2 girls who have already taken their seats at a table and are engaged in conversation. I recognize Natsuki's voice sooner than I actually saw the 2 of them. She sounds very enthusiastic, but not in a happy way. Ooh, cool. They barely glance over at us as we sit down in front of them.
And he just happens to have a legendary uncle. But wait, it gets better. They build the machine in a few weeks and it works on the first try. Then he convinces the game that they live in a false reality. In 10 minutes.
Should I even mention suspension of disbelief at this point?
Guess what the genius does next? He asked the gang to help him with fixing the invention he created with the legendary uncle, despite the others not having any idea about all that technical stuff. Yuri softly facepalms. Is the protagonist likable at the very least? If by likable you mean not cringy, then no. He constantly stumbles on his words and treats normal high school girls as goddesses. He might as well be called Mr. Otaku. What's an otaku, Natsuki? Oh no. Should I be considerate? Natsuki looks at me with a supreme amount of snarkiness. Nah. Now don't get too carried away with the description. An otaku is basically a guy who's obsessed with anime culture to an unhealthy degree. They are usually total shut-ins and fantasize about one of the fictional girls being their wife. Fantasizing about fictional characters? That's so embarrassing. Who would such... Ladies and gentlemen, this is what secondhand embarrassment looks like. Is there a story you would recommend to us? Well, there's this one that left me with mixed feelings. It wasn't bad, but I didn't get this thing between two of the girls. One of them had some sort of illness, and the other girl often came over to take care of her. And then they started falling for each other. I was like, what heck? What heck? I'm gonna start using that one. What heck? What am I reading? That sounds like a psychological trope I read about called the Florence Nightingale effect. I personally find such explorations of the human mind fascinating. Okay, brain touring aside, why did it have to be two girls? I don't see anything wrong with that. I find myself nodding along to Monika's statement. Ah, gross. Speaking of deeper reaches of the human psyche, I believe a romantic novel meshed with psychological horror elements would be an exhilarating read. Yuri, cut it out! Don't worry, I believe I understand your disinterest in the topic. After all, you put your standards lower so you can reach them, correct? What's that? You gotta come down from your ivy tower so the normal people can hear you too. At least my back is straight and not curved at a convenient spot. That's a medical condition, you know that. And not being tall is a choice? Dummy. Anyway, let me tell you about a fanfic that I personally enjoyed. It's titled After... Oh, she's talking about the Monika After Story mod. I'm biting my lip. It's a bad habit. The girls continue to chat about these stories they read online. And I'm just sitting here, contemplating about this new superhero game that I'm gonna play. Suddenly I hear someone snapping their fingers in front of my face. Yo, this isn't the napping club. What do you mean? You spaced out for like 20 minutes. Oh. That's long even by my standards. Jeez. But hey, at least I wasn't overthinking social interactions with the girls around me like a character in some bad fanfic. Besides, planning strategies for my in-game champion has a use other than keeping my mind busy. Does your school have a napping club? No, dummy. We were just talking about clubs in general. So what I wanted to say is, I do believe that Todd guy from the chess club has a bright future ahead of him. I know he's a little nerdy, but I can imagine him becoming the face of some sort of tech company one day. I don't know about that. I'm just glad he's not like one of those mean people in the sports club. Not to brag, but I saved this damsel from those brutes a couple of times. Natsuki pokes Yuri on the shoulder as she says that. She rolls her eyes in response. They would have left after a while anyway. Shush! You're welcome. Jeez, hi. How about you, Super Booper? Which club were you a member of in school? Oh no. If I admit I wasn't a member of any club, they'll probably think I'm some sort of weird loner. Yeah, maybe I am, a bit, but I don't want them to know that. Well,
I was debating with myself whether I should join the debate club. These aren't the reactions I'm looking for. Is that a Star Wars reference? These aren't the reactions you're looking for. But then I saw the animated expressions of the guys in the anime club. I should let them go about their business. Just let them conversation move along without me. Meanwhile, Sayori invited me to the literature club. I think we know how that turned out.
Yeah, it turned out great. A fun club with no creepy weirdos.
Natsuki! So, there weren't any clubs that interested you? Well, yeah.
I bet if our club was about something else, you would have leapt at the chance to join.
Wouldn't that mean the literature club would have never existed? What if the literature club never existed? Natsuki rolls her eyes in response to Yuri's attempt at changing the tone of the conversation. To be honest, I can't imagine myself in any other club. Thinking back to it, I have a feeling that I was supposed to join this club. Like there was no alternative.
Yeah, same. It's pretty weird.
Perhaps our fate is already predetermined and we're merely acting it all out. Like it has all been scripted for us.
Yuri, cut it out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was rambling again, wasn't I? Anyway, it was fun to hang out together. Monica slowly stands up from her seat. Unfortunately, I have to go and tend to some other obligations I have for today. See you all on Sunday.
Alright, laters.
Monica starts heading towards the exit, and I notice Natsuki shifting in her seat.
It was a fun day. Even Super Booper managed to not be an annoying weirdo today.
Wow, a compliment wrapped in an insult. In response, I fold my arms and cross my chest and pout at here.
But I should go home now. Don't want to make my dad upset by being away for too long.
Understandable. Maybe one of these days you could come over and visit.
Your mom is really cool, so that would be awesome for sure.
Super Booper, you don't mind if I go home as well, right? Sure, that's fine. Just leave me on my own. I'm used to that. I pause for a moment before I take a few steps towards Natsuki. Natsuki?
Yeah?
Just wanted to ask you if I'm hesitant to ask this. But realizing I'm probably not in reach of her punches, I gain the necessary bit of courage.
Spit it out already, I don't have all day.
Would it be okay if I walked you home? You know, like
Yeah, whatever.
Despite her grouchy attitude, I feel a hint of warmth in her voice, as if to say she was secretly expecting me to ask that. Hey, cool. The three of us leave the cafe and we say goodbye to Yuri. So, are we taking the bus this time?
Don't you remember where I live? I wouldn't want to walk all the way home from here, dummy. I'd get tired and you wouldn't want to carry me home, right?
I can feel a smile creeping onto my face as the image of me carrying Natsuki in my arms materializes.
Actually, don't answer that.
Anything you'd like, Nat.
If you have to give me a nickname, at least make an effort, dummy.
Okay then, how about Nat-chan? She's pouting. Maybe I shouldn't have been so bold.
I like it.
Oh! Wow! It actually changed her name to Nat-chan!
Just don't say it in front of the other girls.
Ooh. We board a bus, and she's more welcoming to me when I sit down next to her.
Don't come with a full stomach on Sunday. I'm baking cupcakes again. You won't want to miss out on them.
Wow, that's great. Was a special occasion that made you consider baking them?
Well, I just feel like it. Just be happy I'm making enough so it will be enough for everybody in time. This time.
I'm looking forward to it, Nat-chan.
As you should.
The bus stop wasn't very far from her house, so we didn't have the opportunity to talk as much as I was hoping for. That reminds me, looking over at Natsuki, one thing comes to my mind. Quality over quantity. I'm really starting to like this girl, and I don't think any less of her because of her figure. I pay you back the favor on Monday, but I don't want to risk inviting you in. My dad usually arrives around this time. He's an irritable jerk. I'm not cursing on here.
I wouldn't speak of my...
I wouldn't speak in my dad... I was gonna do my internal monologue in her voice. I wouldn't speak of my dad in that way. I wonder why she has such a bad opinion about her father. Is something wrong between you two?
I don't really want to talk about it. Maybe some other time. Just don't be a mean person, okay?
I put my hand on her shoulder without thinking about it and try to reassure her of my good character. I won't. You can count on me. Whatever happens, I'll be good to you, okay?
Okay. I believe you. For now. Now bugger off before he comes home and sees you. Take care, Nat-chan. You too, Super Booper.
And it's Saturday. It is Saturday. I have nothing planned for today. Which means it's time to get some practice with my favorite champion in the game. Oh yeah! But first, I'm gonna get breakfast because I'm starving. On my way to the kitchen, my mom calls out for me. Are you ready for lunch, Super Booper? Is it noon already? I check the clock in the kitchen. It says it's a few minutes past 10. Mom, there's like 2 hours until that. Unless you already have it prepared. I can see her sitting on the couch, casually reading a book. I can't see what it is from here. Is that so? I just assumed it would be past 12 by the time you finally woke up today. I roll my eyes and let out an exaggerated sigh. Come on, give me a break. It's like the middle of summer. Super Booper, just because you don't have to go to school doesn't mean you should be on the computer all the time. I'm not! I was on my way to get breakfast. And after that, I fold my arms across my chest. I sigh again. It almost turns into yawn. Let me guess, you stayed up late playing Land of Legends again. Wow, that's a great way to avoid... Come on, we know what you're talking about. No! Maybe. But you got the title wrong. Now she's the one giving me a sigh. Man, I almost regret coming out of my room. I feel that. What are you having for breakfast? Not lunch, evidently. Do we have milk and cereal? I say that as I'm opening the fridge. Half of the second best breakfast is right there. I have just enough milk for baking, so don't use that. Why don't you try it with orange juice today? It's actually not that... Ugh. It's a big carton of OJ menacingly staring back at me from the middle shelf. I'd sooner put pineapple on my pizza than try that. I actually want to try pineapple on pizza. I haven't had it before, but I want to try it. My eyes catch a glimpse of plastic packaging. Are those? Found it! You're not eyeing those pre-packaged pancakes, are you? Not anymore. They're already in my hands. This is the best breakfast. No, the best food in existence. I beg to differ. Actually, I love cupcakes. This is a true fact. Ask anybody who knows me. I love cupcakes. Why don't you prepare yourself a normal meal? My pancakes take offense to that. There isn't any syrup as far as I can see, but these poofy pieces of paradise are heavenly enough on their own. I usually never say that word like that. I usually say it's syrup. How do you say syrup? Disregarding Mom's nagging, as everybody does, I gobbled down all of them. It was definitely worth coming out of my room. Filled with energy from the pancakes and my mug of coffee, I go back to my room and boot up my computer. Ah yes, the menu music in this game always gets me excited at the start. Wait, I sensed a disturbance in the song. It's the sound of an email notification. The little pop-up window tells me that it's from Natsuki. Hopefully she won't ask me to go anywhere, because I'm already in the mood to crush noobs. The email reads, Hey Super Boopers, Natsuki, I know this is a weird question, but do you have a spare whisk? That's a weird thing to ask over email, I think. I don't really exchange personal messages through email. Remaining seated, I roll over to the door, open it to indicate the parent-child communication. Mom! There's no response. Maybe it's just Maybe she's just upset because she noticed that I ate all the pancakes. Mom, do we have a spare whisk? Why do you ask? Do you finally want to help me with cooking? She asks the darndest questions sometimes. If I say no, she'll be upset. If I say yes, I'll make her upset later. Well, do we have a spare one? No, but you can use the only one. I don't need it today. Okay. I swiftly shut the door. Me and cooking is an unlikely combination. With one motion, I glide back to my screen in my chair. My hands land perfectly on the keyboard and mouse. If anybody saw me, they would either congratulate me on how cool that was, or be weirded out by how by the stupidly proud grin I have on my face at the moment. I reply to Natsuki. I have one, but we're not using it today. Why do you ask? I assume she won't respond anytime soon, if she will at all, so I just start playing a match. As if it's by some divine intervention to stop me from playing, Natsuki's next email reaches me right before I actually join a match. Sure, it's nice to have a girl messaging me, but could this be not another request for a favor, please? They always just say thanks, and then they don't want to talk anymore. Her email reads, "It's not like I wanted to ask you specifically, it's just everybody else is busy or whatever, so, can I borrow it?" Again, I go and ask Mom. She's not a fan of the idea, since she doesn't even know Natsuki. Ultimately, she says she can come over and she might lend it to her. I forward the message. "I think you can, but you have to come over. Here's my address." Her reply quickly follows. "Ugh, fine, but don't think this is a date or something." Now that's sorted out, I'm ready to plant some shrooms in this arena. Great. Why aren't you helping me? I'm gonna report this scrub. Someone's knocking on my door. Bah! Whatever. This team is useless. Can't even rely on them while I farm the jungle for gold. I get up from my chair and fling open the door. Hey. Whoa. Is this a dream? I pinch myself to make sure I'm awake. Ouch. You guys couldn't see it, but in real life I actually pinched myself and I said ouch. I am super booper. What the heck are you doing? Guess I'm not dreaming. Sorry, I was totally surprised that you came all the way to my room. Don't be so weird about it. Your mom told me to come and knock on your door. I don't know whether to thank her or be upset that she didn't even tell me Natsuki's here. It's fine, don't worry about it. This happened once with my friends. She just came in, knocked on the door to my room while I was watching Star Wars The Clone Wars. I open it up, there she is. I'm like, oh crap, you're here. Hi. It's fine, don't worry about it. I wasn't going to. So, can I have that whisk? I'll give it back tomorrow, I promise. Not sure about it. Mom didn't say for certain. Don't tell me I came all the way here just to leave empty-handed. Chill. Let's go ask her before you bite my head off like a praying mantis or something. Wouldn't that imply... whatever. We head over to the living room and we ask Mom about the whisk. Would you mind talking for a minute, Natsuki? Oh, dear Lord, no. Sure. Natsuki takes a seat in Dad's recliner chair. Super Boober, could you go look for that whisk in the meanwhile? No. I have very bad feelings about this. I have all the bad feelings about this. Red flags all over the place. Don't let it happen. Do you know where I can find it? Just go look for it. Jeez, talk about being unhelpful. That sounds like a mom. It's proving to be difficult to find that whisk since I don't really use anything other than utensils, plates, and bowls from the cupboard. Man, we've got way too much stuff in these cupboards. I don't even know what some of these are for. Like, here's this thing. It looks like a piece of metal with an axe head shaped part perpendicular to the rest of it. If I found it outside, I'd think it was something from the Iron Age. This is taking forever. Is that whisk even in the kitchen? Found it yet? Ugh, no. Seriously, I've been looking for so long. I'm beginning to think. I turn around and see Natsuki with her hand raised high. get that? Your mom? No, yours. She briefly laughs at my attempt in humor, but it seems like she's restraining herself. Is she just trying to make me feel bad for not being funny enough? Or is she just pretending to laugh out of pity? Wouldn't be the first time either way. So I guess you got what you came for. Well, I did, but your mom said it would be fine if I stayed and made the cupcakes here. Would you like me to? Yeah, I guess you could. I guess I could use his hand with the dirty work. Oh, I was about to ask if I should leave her to do it on her own. I just wanted to play video games.
Why are you looking at me like that?
So you want me to help with baking?
Well, it's not like I need you to help me. I just thought you wanted to...
I see what's going on here. Alright, Natsuki, I'll help you. But only on one condition.
Yeah?
You give me something in return.
Jeez, you already get some of the cupcakes. What else do you want?
I didn't know that.
You dummy. You think I'd leave without giving you some of the cupcakes I made in your own kitchen? It's fun to mess with you, but I'm not that nasty.
Alright, what's the first step, Chef Natsuki? What happened to the nickname, Nat-chan?
Give me the flour.
Ah. I don't know where it is.
Oh boy. This is either going to be a lot of fun or torture.
It can't be both?
How? You know what? I don't want to know.
It turned out to be fun after all. Even though she only asked the most basic things of me, I followed her instructions to the best of my abilities. My mother tried to show me how to make icing properly a few times, but seeing Natsuki do it with her frail figure makes it look like magic. Having finished with the beating, she dips her finger into the bowl and examines the icing. As if expecting a response from me, she looks over with pouty lips.
You better not be thinking of licking this off my finger,
Something weird like that. Haha! What? I wasn't? Maybe I was. Unless...
No.
Okay. We place a tray full of raw cupcakes into the oven. As if on cue, Mom appears offering her help. Super Booper, why don't you show Natsuki around while the cupcakes are baking? Natsuki looks over at me and I feel a hint of suspicion coming from her.
I guess. Yo, Super Booper, do you have any other manga?
I do, but my room is kind of messy right now.
Don't worry, it's probably not as bad as my father's room. I take it back. Like, why is that coat hanger over there? And
for my school uniform?
In the middle of summer?
Fair point. I take the clothes hanger with me to the closet where I keep all my manga stashed away.
So, where do you keep your manga?
It's right here.
In the closet? Are you hiding it from your parents?
No, there's not much I need to hide, really. I've read all these by now and don't go out of the way to buy new ones anymore. So it kind of makes sense to keep them here.
Why don't you put them on your shelves?
You have plenty.
They must look better than all those boring books.
Yeah, I guess. I just prefer to keep my room inconspicuous.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm trying to figure out which manga to show her first. Some of these are really cool, but I don't think I have anything that would be to her liking. Whatever, I'll just get one volume of each, then we can talk about their plots and go from there. No more than a minute has passed while I was browsing my manga collection, and Natsuki's even eyeing my little figures. If it was somebody else, I would be really embarrassed for leaving them out on my desk like that. I'm sure she'll be more understanding.
Whoa, what are those?
You don't know? Figures.
No, dummy, what are they figures of?
They are champions from a video game I often play. Most of them, at least.
I already like this one.
She shows me the most horrible creature out of that game. A skipping raccoon-looking creature with a green hat and tiny mushrooms below his feet. Oh, God. Looks cute, doesn't it?
Yeah. I didn't think you'd have something like this lying around.
Me neither. But if you saw what this little monster does to others in the game, you'd probably change your mind. Then again, maybe you wouldn't.
This one seems like a good match for you.
She picks up a tiny rock golem figure and sticks it up to my face. The oversized log on her shoulder almost feels like a big middle finger to mock me. I don't even like that one.
Because it reminds you of how dense you are?
Oof! No, it's because it's from a game I don't even play. My mom bought it one day without even asking me about it. The name of the game is literally printed on the dang box, so I don't get how she missed it.
Jeez, at least you got something from your mom.
I guess. Leaving the figures behind me, sit down on my bed. I lay out the volumes of manga beside me. We're just inches apart. Her face shows that she's fully engaged while looking at every one of them. The first one I show her has two extremely masculine guys staring down each other on the cover. One of them is blonde and the other has black hair. They're just inches apart. Back when I asked Mom to buy it, it looked really exciting. Now this cover is making me uncomfortable. It still looks exciting though. The next manga has a guy with black spiky hair featured on the cover. He's wearing bright orange clothes and his appearance suggests his power level is pretty high.
Can I see that one?
I reluctantly hand the manga to Natsuki. If I noticed it, I would have put it back before I embarrassed myself. It's just something I got when I was a little kid. She eyes down the cover more intently than any of the other ones. It shows a big-headed blue and white creature with a red collar. The entire thing screams it's for kids. She doesn't open it. She just keeps looking at the cover. Is something wrong? It's almost as if taken out of a trance, she jerks her head in my direction. Oh, okay. That was unfortunate.
No, it's just... Whatever, just take it.
She shoves the manga in my hands. Natsuki, it's okay if you wanted to read it. We're not in school. Nobody will judge you for it.
Thanks. I kind of wish we had somebody like you in the literature club.
Really?
Don't get any ideas, dummy. It's not like I like you or anything.
Oh, right. The, stereotypical tsundere line. What are the others like?
They're nice, but I can't talk about manga with anyone. And the guys...
let's not even talk about them. Okay, then what about the girls? I imagine you don't get along with Yuri too well.
No, it's not like that. We're actually really good friends. Maybe even best friends. It's just that she takes literature way too seriously and overanalyzes everything.
She does do that.
She's kind of the person who would try to come up with a metaphor even for freaking mint chocolate ice cream. If I didn't know her better, I'd think the stuff is just a joke.
And the others?
Well, Monica is mostly just listens, and Sayori can barely get herself to listen.
I can see that happening. I'll be back in a few minutes. You can check out the rest of the manga in the meanwhile. This is kind of awkward. Maybe it's because of the coffee, but I awfully need to go to the bathroom. Before going back, I look myself in the mirror. I know she said herself that it isn't a date, but I still want to impress Natsuki. Yes. I can do this. I can manage to not be creepy, cringy, or cranky. Even though I'd still like to play my game. With a wide smile on my face and a giddy attitude, I walk back into my room. Natsuki! Oh no. She's holding one of those manga in her hand.
What the frick is this?
She's holding up the volume to my face. The cover has a white-haired girl in teal clothes. She's holding a pen and notebook. The girl has a bothered look on her face. Natsuki, on the other hand...
I knew it! You're a perv like the rest of them!
No, Natsuki is not like that.
Yeah. Why does this manga have stuff like this?
She furiously points her index finger at a panel with the girl in a very suggestive body position. Oh, great. You're taking it out of context. If you would read... Natsuki's fist hits me in the stomach full force. Ow! I can't breathe. My vision's blurry. I was almost about to faint, but I finally get a bit of air into my lungs after what felt like minutes. The look on Natsuki's face drastically changed from before. The manga's flat on the ground. Man, I must have really messed up to somehow deserve this. Natsuki? I'm sorry.
Shut up!
I can't win, can I? I'm sorry. I just thought we could bend this thing. I didn't want to hurt you, okay? No,
I said shut up!
Wow. Stop being so friggin' sorry. I just want to be taken seriously and not treated like I'm some airheaded cutie. I always end up hurting others. Don't worry, I'm not that hurt. Besides, it's just some stupid manga. No, I shouldn't be so judgmental. I even wrote a poem about this, and here I am being judgmental about something I don't even understand. Yeah, people should just leave us to read our manga in peace. I wish Dad would understand that. The mood between us has drastically changed. Despite my lungs still hurting, I'm beginning to feel more concerned about the innocent-looking pink-haired girl in front of me. I wish I could just give her a hug to cheer her up. You can tell me if something's wrong, Natsuki. I won't judge you for anything. No! You'd make fun of me, or worse. Tell everyone about my messed up family. It's my problem and I should deal with it like a grown butt adult. That's what he always says, at least. Can't you talk to your mom about this? Natsuki? I wish. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong is that I have no idea who I can trust. Yuri doesn't want to talk about this. Granny just defends my dad, and my mom is... Natsuki, you're safe here. I swear on my life, nothing you say here will be shared with anyone else, ever. She walks over to my bed and sits down. Her eyes are locked on the ground as she wipes her tears. If you ever tell this to anybody, I'll beat the crap out of you. Her defeated voice takes out all the bite from her threat. Still, I want to ease her concerns. I sit down next to her, making sure to leave a gap between us. You can trust me, Natsuki. Always. We sit there in complete silence for a few minutes before she speaks up again. I was only 9 years old. I loved manga so much. I had a lot of merchandise and anime too. I prayed with manga by my side every night before thanking her for the stories I've been given. Manga is love, I said. Manga is life. My dad heard me and called me stupid. I think my devotion to manga reminded him of Mom. I called him smelly. He slapped me and sent me to go to sleep. I was crying and my face hurt. I laid in bed and it was really cold. Suddenly a feeling of warmth came over me. It was Mom. I felt so happy. She whispered in my ear, "Everything will be okay, Pumpkin." She grabbed me with her tender hands, lifted me up to my feet. I got ready to leave. I ran out her front door with my manga in my hands. It was very bright outside and I couldn't see Mom anymore, so I just ran and ran. I wanted to go with Mom. Then my dad walked in. I woke up. I looked out my window and I saw a faint shadow quickly move away and disappear. Super Boober, I missed her so much. Natsuki's face digs her face into her hands and sobs uncontrollably. I find it hard to hold in my own tears. This is so sad all of a sudden. I put my arm over her shoulder to try and comfort her. The only sound I hear is faint sobbing. She's put her hand down her hands and her eyes are locked on the ground. It's going to be okay. I'm here for you. Gently pulling on her shoulder, I close the distance between us and start to give her a hug. Before I can hug her, she stands up without a word. I expect her to be upset with me, but she just stands there without a word. She wipes her tears and her quiet, high-pitched voice replaces the silence. You should be happy that you still have your mom with you. Parfait Girls was the last thing. Her expression suddenly changes as if she's realized something important. The cupcakes! Oh no, I hope they're not. And with that, Natsuki storms out of my room and into the kitchen. Great. We had a moment. We were having a moment. I follow her, but at a slower pace. I hear her moving things around as I'm approaching the kitchen. She stands up from the oven she just closed and looks at me with a sly smile across her face. Come and check them out. After taking a few steps, I reach down and open the oven. I don't see any cupcakes. Maybe they're in the back. Lean down. Nothing. I stand upright and give Natsuki a suspicious look. She's holding a cupcake in her hand. Where'd you get that? Your mom? At least I think it was her. Second batch is done. The second batch is done as well. Oh, Mom is Natsuki too. I look over and Mom is standing by the entrance of the kitchen. She smiles faintly. After glancing at Natsuki, then back at Mom, I think I know what to say. Thank you, Mom. Anytime, sweetheart. She returns to the living room and I return my gaze to Natsuki. Her smile is bright as ever. Maybe with a hint of bitterness. We packed up most of the cupcakes for tomorrow, leaving half a dozen for just the two of us. I have to admit, some of these summer-themed decorations drawn with the icing were really creative. This girl has much more to offer than what people probably assume of her. After we cleaned the kitchen and neatly prepared the cupcakes for Natsuki to take home, we went back to my room. I booted up my computer again, but this time I let somebody else choose what to play. To my surprise, she chose a fighting game. She wasn't even terrible at it. Although the thing she was doing is called cheesing for a reason. She looked over at the clock on my desk and her enjoyment seems to have all but disappeared. I have to go. Now. Is something wrong? She sighs before giving an answer. It's always the same. I'm just trying to be home by the time Dad arrives from work. Today he didn't go to work because he arrived early in the morning. Luckily for me, he didn't try to pick a fight like he sometimes does. Pick a fight? Does he hurt you? Let's just go and I'll explain it to you on the way. I didn't plan on going anywhere today, but for her, I'm willing to make an exception. We agreed that it's fine if I just go to the nearest bus stop with her. So basically, he doesn't hit me or anything like that, but okay, there were a few exceptions over the years, but it's rare. Well, if you're feeling unsafe, I'll try to talk to my parents and what? Let me live in your house rent-free for a year or so while we ignore the underlying issue with my family? That's an oddly specific way of phrasing it, but something like that, I guess, yeah. Super Booper, my dad isn't that some kind of sick jerk that molests me. Sure, he's an irresponsible drunkard, but he does his best to provide for our family. Besides, he only hit me a few times, and I think I could have avoided it if I wasn't so stubborn. It's not like he goes out of his way to torture me for nonsensical reasons, like me leaving the house without my hair tied up. I'm pretty sure there was a mod where, yeah, he did get really mad at her for that. Fine. Whatever happens. Yeah, I know. Thank you for today, Super Blooper. I'm sorry for hurting you earlier. I'll try to make up for it tomorrow. It's really sweet of you, Nat-chan. We just stand there staring into each other's eyes. Her lips are parted and her eyes tell me something new. Seemingly out of nowhere, the bus stops next to us. Aw, man. She hesitates for a few seconds, but she finally steps on board. As the bus is leaving, she waves at me. Her smile is sweeter than any cupcake I've ever tasted. That's awesome. I love that. A week has passed since I first went to that pool with Sayori and Monica. Now here we are again, same day of the week, same location, same plan in mind, yet so much has changed. I met 3 girls who are wonderful in their own way. I also got to spend some time with a friend who, I assumed, had forgotten about me. It's almost strange to think of how big of an impact it had that I agreed to leave my comfort zone and go swimming with them. I'm not even any good at it, yet it all turned out so well. Although it wasn't anything new, it was nice to spend time with Sayori on Thursday. Brought back memories of how we used to be friends. Although it wasn't anything new, it was nice to spend time with Sayori on Thursday. It brought back memories of how we used to be friends. I just repeated myself. However, my thoughts wandered back to Natsuki. Nat-chan. Just thinking about the fact that we spent an afternoon together at my house fills me with all kinds of weird, fuzzy feelings. Sure, she was kind of distant when I tried to hug her, but she opened up about the things that were clouding her mind. That must be a step in the right direction. And that smile makes me feel like I could fight to keep her happy like that. I just hope what she said about her home life isn't just a watered-down version of reality. With all the items I think I need and an optimistic outlook in my mind, I believe I am prepared for anything this day can possibly throw at me. Okay. On my way to the bus stop, I pass Sayori's house. I've already walked past when I hear the distant sound of their door opening. I decide to got back since I assume she's coming to the pool as well. Ohio, Sayori. Pretty sure that's not how it's spelled. Are you going to the meetup at the pool?
I'm not going anywhere, Super Booper.
Oh no. The tone of her voice is worrying, and all traces of her usual cheerful act are absent, and she's not wearing her bow. Something must have happened that caused her to change so much in such a short time. So, where are you going today?
Nowhere. I just came down to get some fresh air.
She's avoiding looking at me. I've known her for a long time, and the way she's acting now makes me think something terrible happened. I don't want her to think I don't actually care, so I should ask about it. What's wrong, Sayori? The way you're acting is really weird. I don't even know if I've seen you like this before.
Well, it's because you're seeing it for the first time.
For the first time? Have I missed out on so much since we drifted apart that she changed this much? I don't understand. I don't understand this. Please, tell me what happened, because I'm getting worried.
I guess we should put a stop to that, right? Not that it's gonna matter anymore. Do you really want to hear this before you go have fun with the others?
I couldn't stop thinking about it if you kept it to yourself. We're friends, after all.
Yeah. Friends. I visited my grandparents yesterday. When I was little, I used to think Granny was a little pushy, but she was really sweet this time. I was telling her about all the stuff that happened to me lately. I mentioned you too, Super Booper. I told her about our day at the park, and
She pauses for a few seconds, but continues just as I was about to say something.
she grabbed me by the shoulder, looked me straight in the eyes, and said, "Don't hide the pain, Sayori." I tried to smile. I tried to make a joke. I really did, but no words came out of my mouth. I couldn't hold it in anymore and broke down in tears. After all these years, somebody noticed what I was going through. Somebody tried to see past my cutesy act and made me feel like I mattered. I told her everything. About you, Super Booper. About the good times we had together. About the rain clouds.
What do you mean?
I've had feelings of depression for as long as I can remember, but it wasn't this bad before. When I was younger, my family cared about me more. As I grew up, everybody seemed to grow distant. My parents stopped taking me to places, started spending more time at work. After coming to high school, I lost my old friends too. All I had was you. Then you visited me less and less.
Sayori.
Then it only got worse. Rain clouds came more often. I kept telling myself that this is all because I don't deserve people's attention. Why would I? Who do I think I am to believe that people owe me any love?
Sayori, that's not true.
Please! Just let me finish!
I'm taken aback by her sudden change of tone.
I was so happy when you
She starts sobbing and her voice breaks.
visited me from time to time. I needed you more than ever, but I hated myself for being so selfish. I started to wish you would stay with me more, but I didn't want to make you feel obligated to care for me. Foolishly, I fostered a speck of hope that you would love me back. Every day was a battle between my hope for your unreachable love and my inescapable worthlessness. After you rejected my invitation to the literature club, I felt hopeless. I didn't want to bother you anymore. This club was the only thing that kept me going each day. They accepted me through the poems I wrote, even if superficially. And now here you are. I wanted to believe so hard that things could be like they were before. I invited you to the only place where I felt safe. On Thursday, you really did make me believe it was possible.
Sayori, we can still...
Super Booper, I know you went on a date with Natsuki.
I wouldn't call it a date.
Grandma told me this would happen, but I didn't listen. I lied to myself. Every morning when I woke up, I said everything's going to be okay. But I was lying. And I don't even know how much longer I could have kept doing it. Have a swell night, Super Booper.
I feel like I've been punched in the gut. Sayori turns away and starts taking steps towards her house. Wow, I actually feel like a horrible person. Huh. Great. I follow her and reach for her arm. Sayori, wait. Don't talk to me ever again! Oh my god. I feel a chill running down my spine at the shock of the moment roots me in place. I just lost my childhood friend. A lone tear rolls down my cheek. I can't believe what I witnessed. There must be something I could have done differently to avoid this from happening. But how could I have known what she's going through? Is it really my fault? Am I just too afraid to take responsibility? Was she giving me hints? Maybe I should have asked her about more things on Thursday? She didn't tell me. She did tell me her parents only give her tips. I should have asked her to tell me about what's going on with her family. It's too late. Can't go back and change anything. I look towards the end of our street and see my bus leaving. It's gone now. I can still catch the next one. The next one. I can't take this. I can't just stand here wallowing in the pain I caused with my carelessness like some helpless loser. I don't know what other horrible things today will throw at me, but whatever it is, it can't be worse than this. I take the first step towards the bus stop. Here I am, on my way to have a fun day with 3 lovely girls I had met less than a week ago. Yet all the anticipation I had earlier is now gone. Did I really give Sayori the impression that our day together was a date? Couldn't it be just like it always was? We had so much fun together. She was always so happy to see me. Wait. No, that can't be. When did she develop these feelings towards me? But nothing has changed. Was I really this blind all this time? Did she avoid me because she had feelings for me? Looking back, I took her for granted all this time while I became obsessed with my hobbies. God, if only I knew. If only I could go back and... This is my stop. After getting off the bus, I sit down on the bench for a few minutes to put my thoughts in order. Can I fix this somehow? Never in my life have I seen her so mad. Maybe I could... No. She says she doesn't want to talk to me ever again. Nothing comes to my mind. I feel hopeless. At least 10 minutes have passed and yet no solution came to mind. What if I talk to one of the girls about this? Before standing up, I filled my lungs with air and let out a long sigh. I just noticed that the building says hi. Hello. Maybe these girls from the literature club can help me too. Time will tell. I make my way to the entrance and wait for my turn to buy my ticket. The same employee faces me with the same listless expression, but I have a feeling this day is bound to be different from the rest. Going straight to the locker room after entering is so much easier now that I know where it is. Just a week ago, everything seems much more simple. Now, even this locker room feels colder than last Sunday. I pick a locker cabinet, put my belongings away, and close it shut without hesitation. Walking through the corridor, I pass the women's locker room right when the door is slowly open. My curiosity gets the better of me, and I stop momentarily to check who it is. Hi! Eek! The colors from her face are drained as she stumbles a step back into the locker room. I am a lot taller than her, but I don't think I look so ugly and intimidating that I should get this reaction. Don't do that! She shoves her fist against my arm, but the impact is way more gentle than I expected. Don't scare me like that, 'cause I will... Beat me? No, but I will be mad at you, dummy. Why are you so careful when exiting? Are you up to something, Natsuki? No, it's just... Never mind. I'm gonna find out later anyway. Okay, where to now? What does it look like? I don't know. Making snow angels? In a bikini? In the middle of freaking summer? Hey, it's winter in other parts of the world. Well, your brain was clearly left in the snow somewhere. While you're looking for that, I'll be in the pool with the rest of the girls. If you can manage to stay afloat,
I might even accept a swimming challenge.
Alright, count me in. Just don't get salty when you lose.
Ha! You wish. Victory is sweet, not salty, scrub.
Okay. Monika and Yuri are calmly chatting near the shallow end of the pool. When they see me, they both wave. Hi! Monika shoots me her trademark sweet smile, while Yuri shyly avoids looks away after a few seconds. Monika proposed a swimming race for all of us. Unsurprisingly, Natsuki was excited to take part. So she can beat me. Yuri pulled herself out of the competition to be judged, in case the race ends with a close call. Looking over the two girls getting ready for our race, I get a sour taste in my mouth. Even if she came in last, Sayori would have loved to participate. Go! I'm jolted back into the moment and join the race with a second late. With every stroke I take, I feel myself pushing forward. It takes me a surprisingly long time, but I managed to get to the other side without Ow! Maybe pretending to be a hammerhead shark wasn't the best approach. I pull my head above the water's surface and take a gasp of air. That was fantastic! Yeah, it was pretty fun, but who won? Well, Monika was first to reach the wall, followed by Super Booper, closely followed by Natsuki.
What? No way! I actually lost to Super Booper? I figured Monika would win, but last?
I glanced beyond Monika to see Natsuki in a sour mood with a small pout on her face. Look at the bright side, Natsuki. At least you didn't bump your head on the wall. You crashed into the wall.
You're such a tryhard, Super Booper.
She glides over to me, and I can feel my chest heating up from something else other than a blazing sun. Her sour pout is replaced by a cute, playful smile.
Come on, I want to jump in from the diving board.
For a moment, the thought of asking why she needs me for that crossed my mind. Luckily, I kept my mouth shut and probably dodged a dummy bullet. A dummy bullet. I like that. You know what? Let's make this a longer episode. Let's finish up Natsuki's side of the story this time. The pace of her steps makes me think she's kinda excited, but maybe it's not because of the diving board. We climb out of the pool and begin making our way over the diving boards. Fortunately, there isn't much of a line, so we'll be able to get on it rather quickly.
Yeah, want to take a shortcut?
Huh?
I dare you to jump from up there.
She points to another diving board farther down the pool. My eyes wander upward to take in the massive sides of the high dive. Last time we were here, I didn't notice that towering structure. Although I'm not afraid of heights, quiet, nervous laughter escapes my mouth. That's high. That's high.
What's that, Super Booper? Chickening out before checking it out?
Before I can say my retort, she starts imitating a chicken to mock me. No. But I bet you won't do it with me. Oh boy. Oh boy. Natsuki's teasing expression suddenly gives way to a look of shock.
With you? Why do I have to do it?
That's my condition. I won't do it unless you come with me. Natsuki summons her trademark pouting expression while processing the situation. She's most likely digging deep to find a catty retort.
Aw, what's the matter, Super Booper? Forgot to ask Mommy to come with you to hold your hand?
Few people waiting to jump in look over to us. The anticipation for how this will go down grows within me. Psh, I'm perfectly fine with doing it. I was just trying to help you overcome your fear of things taller than you. Natsuki, clearly upset, raises her bold fist. To my surprise, she doesn't hit me. Only fumes to herself for a few seconds before speaking again.
Fine, I'll do it.
But only because I want to show you how to do a real high dive. I'm sure it will be incredible, Natsuki. I wish I were as good as you.
You will be one day. If needed, Natsuki can teach you.
Gotta admit, feels good to make such a feminine cutie happy. Not the choice of words I would use. But why does she speak in the third person all of a sudden?
Come on, we don't have all day.
Alright. She takes the first steps towards the high dive, but her body language signals nervousness rather than eagerness. Even though she's facing away, I can imagine her lips are locked in a pout as she mutters to herself about what a dummy I am. After a short walk, we stop next to the set of steps leading to the raised diving board. Looking up at it, I can easily see why most people steer clear out of it. Diving off this board clearly isn't for the faint of heart. Well, Super Booper, you're up. I smirk at her. Ladies first. Age before beauty. Oh, come on. It was your idea. You go first. Natsuki sighs. Fine. I guess I actually have to show you how it's done. I stand aside to let Natsuki climb up. Looking up at her for a moment, I realize how unusual the situation is. If we were in school in a similar agreement, she would probably freak out and call me a pervert and all the rest. Her enthusiasm seems to have vanished by the time she got to the top. She's just standing there holding on to the railing. After about half a minute of this stillness, I'm starting to get concerned. Hey, Natsuki! I'm looking up to you! Literally. Don't get scared stiff now. If she's afraid of jumping, the feeling is infectious. Her lack of response is making me more worried with each passing second. Natsuki, you okay up there? And I don't mean in her head. Still no response from her. I have to do something. Hastily walking up the steps, I join her at the top of the towering structure. In other circumstances, I'd enjoy the view from up here, but I'm far too concerned for Natsuki to care for any of that. Her face is noticeably... Yes, it is noticeably pale, which only makes me more worried for her. Natsuki? She looks up at me with a drowsy look in her eyes while holding onto her forehead. You okay, Natsuki? Yeah, I just feel... Ugh. Are you tired? Did you get enough sleep? No, I'm fine. Give me a second, I'll show you how a pro jumps. Come on, Natsuki, you're clearly not fine. Did you have breakfast today? No. Why? I could explain this. It's probably around noon now, so even I'm getting hungry. I can only imagine what it's like for her to strain herself physically on an empty tank. Let's go get something for you to eat, alright? You're just saying that to get out of jumping. Super Booper, the cowardly dummy. I put my hand on her shoulder to motion her towards the steps. Her footing is less stable than I expected, so I wrap my arm around her to provide some support on the way down. To my surprise, she doesn't resist, and we slowly descend down from the high dive. On our way down, we don't say a word, but it still felt like I was getting some sort of message from her. I almost feel guilty for mildly enjoying this intimate moment between us. Her arm is resting over my neck while I'm holding onto her side with a gentle grip on her smooth skin. It wouldn't surprise me if skipping breakfast was a habit of hers. She's so skinny, I can practically feel her ribs even with the most careful touch. After finishing the last steps, I look over to Natsuki. Her eyes meet my gaze. I feel her soft breath graze my face. Her pink eyes dominate my vision. If it wasn't for her condition, I might think her eyes were telling me something else. Realizing the situation we're in, Natsuki removes her arm from me and takes a step back. What are you doing? Don't think I didn't notice, you perv. My eyes widen, and I'm baffled at Natsuki's sudden outburst. She didn't have a problem with it while we were walking down the steps. Is everything okay here? Ugh, the new boy's really testing my limits, Monica. New boy? What's that supposed to mean? My, Super Booper, do I need to have a talk with you? I have a disciplinary ruler if necessary. To my dismay, Natsuki joins in on her chuckles. Man, here I was thinking we had something going between us. I'm shaking my head at the two of them. Looks like you're already feeling better. For a moment, Natsuki was smiling before looking away. In any case, we should go get something to eat, okay? Actually, would you mind coming with me for a moment, Super Booper? I look over to Natsuki in search of a sign of approval. A nod would suffice. She's just pouting, as usual. Alright, let's get this confession out of the way, Monica. I had something else on your mind, but I can hear you out after that. Jeez. Monica's probably the kind of girl who could beat a man with sheer wit. We stand in a place where we won't be in the way of foot traffic. Or maybe out of earshot from everyone else? I don't know Monica's thought process. How are you feeling so far, Super Booper? Huh? You mean today? I'm alright, having fun as usual. You know, my friend doesn't want to see me ever again in her life, so I've got that going against me. As usual? Yeah, but you and the others help a lot with that. Is that so? I'm really glad to hear that, you know. That's actually why I wanted to talk to you. See, the others seem to really enjoy your company. Oh, man, I gotta stretch. as well. Therefore, I was thinking of asking something. She tried to get me to do something. I'm used to girls asking me to do stuff for free, but I never actually get anything out of it. I know Sayori brought it up last year, but... Sayori... I feel a pit in my stomach as I think over the possibilities of what I could have done differently. No. I'm having another case of overthinking again. A pretty girl is talking to me and I'm about to go wallow in the sorrow I caused. Not just that, but people can change over time. I really want to, Monica, but all these thoughts give me plenty of regrets. Dad would not be proud if I let them get the better of me. Even though I have way more influence on how things go when we were in the club, what you have experienced this week is an accurate representation of all the fun we have. Shoot, did I miss something important? So, I'd like to ask you to consider joining us next year. I'm sure we can find something for you to enjoy in the vast selection of literary works. Besides, a smart person like yourself could benefit a great deal from exploring new territories you might have missed this time. This time? Oh, she probably means how I missed out on going to the club with Sayori. How does that all sound? That's quite the offer you're presenting me, Sayori. Monica? I try to do my best. Our conversation is interrupted by Natsuki coming over with what appears to be a bottle of lotion in her hand. Yo, seen Sayori? I'm surprised she hasn't shown up yet. Well, she texted me earlier saying she wasn't feeling well. Strange. A few days ago, she said she was so excited to bring her new beach ball to the pool the next time we went. Can't help but notice Monica quickly glanced at me only to turn back to Natsuki without saying a word. For her part, Natsuki doesn't seem to be aware of Monica's pause. Well, I'll try calling her. Yuri and I were just talking about getting smoothies and food. I'd bet anything that Sayori will rush over as soon if she hasn't eaten in days. As if she hasn't eaten in days. Natsuki heads off in the other direction without looking down at her phone. I don't think she or anyone can convince her to join us now. So, about the club. Yeah, I'm not sure yet, Monica. I mean, I didn't really contribute to your conversations about literature. You got time until school starts again. Who knows what new route you'll take until then. Just one more thing before we move on to the next thing. If something were to happen between now and the next school year, please don't let it dissuade you from joining, okay? I'll keep it in mind. I pray to God nothing worse happens than what I experienced this morning. Let's go find the others. I've got something planned for the 5 of us. Didn't she mean 4 of us? Whatever, I'm not gonna get hung up on a single misspoken word. Okay, everyone, I've got something special for today. It's been more than 7 months since we started our club. We had our ups and downs. God, Wallace. Wallace. I hate that guy. Watch that video. Yeah, watch that video. And we managed to stick through it and even grow. What do you say if we take a picture together? For the occasion of not only being club members, but also becoming friends who stick together even after school. Only if it gets you to stop with the pep talk. Super Booper, would you mind taking the picture? Sure thing, Monica! I take several pictures of the 3 girls, some of them more serious, others more goofy. Natsuki was poking the other girls to make them flinch while she kept a sly look on her face. After our little photo shoot, Monica invites us to get some drinks from the snack bar they have near the pool. We get a few drinks and snacks and sit down on some deck chairs in the shadows. It's a beautiful day outside. Birds are singing. I'm pretty sure I already made that joke. But okay. Oh, birds are singing, flowers are blooming. On days like these, kids like me, it made the joke for me. I love that! Yes! Hey. Ooh, ah! Pardon? Don't act like I scared you, dummy. Scared isn't the right word, but she did startle me a bit. No, of course not. I need a hand with something. Come with me. What is it, Natsuki? Curiosity killed the cat, don't you know? Okay, I guess. I hope trusting a cute girl won't be what kills me in the end. Alright, wait here for a minute. Natsuki, you're acting kind of weird. Why'd you drag me here just to wait for you? I'm gonna change clothes.
You're not supposed to watch me while I do that, dummy. Not gonna lie, the way she said that is almost tempting. Of course, I wouldn't do such a thing. Just chill, it won't take long, and I'll let you know when I'm done. Fine. Why couldn't she just change her clothes and then ask me to help with whatever she needs help with? Whatever. While I wait for Natsuki, I clear my thoughts. Besides, what can she possibly need help with? Before I can contemplate any specific reasons, I hear her call out to me from inside the room. She wants me to go into the locker room? Since I trust she wouldn't call out to me like that if she wasn't okay, I grab onto the handle and cautiously take a step inside. I head over to Natsuki. I lean against the lockers next to her while she enters in her combination and takes her bag out. Natsuki rummages around looking for something in her big pink bag that's speckled with white polka dots. After a moment of searching, she seems to have found what she was looking for. Aha! Here you are! I see Natsuki pull out a box of cupcakes? Natsuki? Yeah, what is it? Is this something you really needed my help with? I mean, you could... No! I don't actually need your help with this. She sets the box of cupcakes down on the bench next to us. She stares down at the floor, avoiding my gaze. If she didn't need my help, then why did you bring me here? I get that you're very proud of your cupcakes, but couldn't you wait to show me? No, it's not that, dummy. Natsuki mutters softly. Then what is it? Natsuki suddenly meets my gaze and I'm flushed with anger. Face flushed with anger. I wanted to ask you something, stupid, alright? Natsuki's shouting seems to have taken both of us off guard. I stand there speechless as Natsuki suddenly comes to terms with the tone she hit. Her frustration quickly gives way to a look of guilt and shame. I try to move the conversation forward in hopes of breaking this awkward tension. Well, hey, you want to ask me something? I'm listening. Ask away. Natsuki takes a few deep breaths. Okay, Super Booper. Look, this really isn't easy for me. What do you want to ask me? Natsuki shuts her eyes as her body tenses up. Why? What? What's she getting at? I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Why me? I mean, why did you choose to spend your time with me? Out of all the others, you literally could have gotten with any of them. Probably with less effort, too. You've known Sayori your whole life. Yuri and Monica are more mature. Heck, probably more than I'll ever be. So why did you choose me, Super Booper? I was so rude to you when we first met. And yet, you still wanted to spend time with me. I had a suspicion Natsuki was hiding something over that overtly tough attitude, but I couldn't grasp how insecure she was until now. What were you looking to get out of this? What do you want? Super Booper, I need to know. Natsuki's question hits me like a sack of bricks. I certainly wasn't expecting her to ask me something like this. Well, when summer started, I really had no intention of doing anything exciting. I never thought I'd be spending it getting to know you, Yuri, Monica, and reconnecting with Sayori. Originally, I was going to spend it like I always had, mostly by myself. But all that changed when I ran into Sayori again. I didn't really know anyone from the group other than Sayori, and I figured that I should try to get to know someone new for a change. When I first met you, yeah, I did think you were a bit assertive, but I figured it's worth a shot since we have at least one interest in common. Then after we spent some time together, I saw what you're really like. Natsuki, you're funny, you have great taste in manga and in food. Most importantly, I know that behind all those defenses you've put up is a really sweet and caring girl. Even if you don't want to show it or admit it, you do care about your friends and those around you. Heck, even that punch could have been avoided yesterday if I was more careful with my words. It's now or never. I might never get another chance like this with her. Before saying it out loud, I avert my gaze in fear of her reaction. Overall, what I'm trying to say is, I really like you, Natsuki. She's silent.
I'm afraid to look her in the eyes after making the situation so awkward. Without another word, she sits down on the small bench and lets out a sigh. Internally, I prepare for her rejection. You better not say that just because you want to get with me. Because if you're one of those weirdos who's only into my type, I'm gonna beat you. Her quivering voice is in stark contrast to her threats of violence. Still, I want to grant her wish and take her seriously, even now. No, I'm not like that. You can trust me, Natsuki. Nat-chan? She looks away and lets out another sigh. It's clear that the reason for it isn't anger this time. I really want to believe you, Super Booper. As far as I can remember, I've had awful experiences with guys in life. I guess after dealing with people like my dad and my older brother over the years, then what that guy called Taiga dragged me through. She furrows her eyebrows and clenches her fist as she recalls all her memories. There were a couple guys who gave me compliments now and then, but I assumed all of them had the same intentions. Then you came along and I didn't know what to say, okay? Me neither, Natsuki. However, I dare not say it, since I want to earn her trust. I want to prove to her that I'm not like those guys. I crouch down in front of her so that our eyes are on the same level. I hope I can make Dad proud this time. Look, not all guys are the same. Just as not all girls are the same. I've certainly learned that by being friends with Sayori. Natsuki manages a small smile at my attempt at humor. But what happened to you is not the norm. You had every right to be suspicious of me given your past experiences. I don't blame you for it. After what you've been through with your father, brother, that other guy, I understand you. But please, hear me out. You're an incredible person to be around, Natsuki. I'm really glad I've gotten the chance to know you. You've been the highlight of my summer. Natsuki takes a moment to process all the things I said. Even in this dimly lit room, I can see her eyes glimmer with a vague sense of hope. The first guy in a long time I feel like I can trust. You've taken me seriously. You actually treat me like I matter. Natsuki's voice starts to break as her eyes begin to tear up. She quickly shuts her eyes and her body tenses up. Super Booper, like yesterday, I make an attempt to hug her in hopes of consoling her. Just as I extend my arms towards her, she stands up, almost like she sensed my intentions. She walks a few steps from me, still crying a bit. Maybe she didn't believe me. Good going, Super Booper. Maybe she wants me to go through with it and not give up so easily. She didn't reject me, after all. I stand up and walk over to her. She's facing away from me. With a careful gesture, I put my hand on her shoulder and motion her to turn towards me. Natsuki. She complies but doesn't look me in the eye. Her body's tense, but she's responsive to my every move. God, I hope this works. Without a second thought, I cautiously take her hand into mine. I gaze into her now glossy eyes. They sparkle like the most beautiful amethyst gems. The view is mesmerizing. Her face is now filled with a mix of emotions. I can't tell if she's going to slap me for being so bold. Super Booper? Yes? I stand there for the longest moment in my life. The anticipation of things to come, whether good or bad, is overflowing in me. Her breathing is uneven, yet I feel no tension in her hand. Close your eyes. What? Why?
Just do it, dummy.
Alright. I oblige to Natsuki's request and close my eyes. I hear her take a step towards me. Please don't hit me again. I hear her breathing, and for a moment I feel it getting closer. She gave me a kiss on the cheek. Yay! I feel my face feel hot with embarrassment. Before I can respond, I feel her burying her face in my chest with almost violent force. Her arms are wrapped around me, holding me tight like she's afraid of letting go. My arms follow, embracing her frail body for the first time. Thank you, Natsuki.
No talking, dummy.
Only cuddling? Oh, that's lovely. Is that it? Is that the end? That's the end. Alright. Well, this video's gone on long enough. We'll start going after Yuri next time. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe would be pretty nice. With that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!